Today I'm going to be reading to you from Hans Christian Andersen, and the story will be The Brave Tin Soldier. There were once 25 toy tin soldiers. They wore splendid red and blue uniforms and looked exactly alike, except that one had a drum, two had flags, and one soldier had only one leg because the man who made them had run out of tin. The one-legged soldier stood nice and straight, though, just like the others. "Tin soldiers!" cried the boy who opened their box. He arranged them on a table beside a beautiful paper castle. You could see through the castle's windows to the rooms inside. The castle had a pond made from a mirror. Even more beautiful than the castle was a graceful paper doll dancer. She wore a clear muslin skirt and a blue ribbon. Her arms reached forward, balancing one leg that stretched out straight behind her, a little hidden from view. When the one-legged tin soldier saw the dancer, he thought she too had only one leg. "I'd like to meet that dancer who balances so well," he thought. "But she lives in a castle, whereas my house is only a box." Nevertheless, he hid where he could see her, wondering whether perhaps, if he wasn't put away with the other soldiers, he might get a chance to say hello. At night, when the little boy slept, the toys played and fought together. The Nutcrackers had a loud game of leapfrog, waking the canary, who chirped and sang. The tin soldiers rattled the lid of their box, but couldn't open it. Only the hiding tin soldier and the dancer remained still, each standing firmly, balanced on one leg. As the clock struck midnight, the box that hid the tin soldier sprang open, and a wicked goblin bounced out. "Tin soldier," it said with an evil grin, "do not wish for what does not belong to you." But the tin soldier didn't take his eyes off the dancer. "Wait until tomorrow, then," cackled the goblin. The next morning, the boy was playing with the tin soldier and put him by an open window. A sudden gust of wind, perhaps it was really the goblin, blew him down into the street. Head over heels he tumbled, landing upside down, with his helmet stuck in a crack and his one leg up in the air. The boy ran down and hunted, but couldn't see him, and the soldier was too proud to shout out, "Here I am!" It began to rain, and the drops fell faster and faster. Two passing lads spotted the tin soldier. "Look," they shouted, "a soldier! He needs a boat!" They made him one out of newspaper, and he sailed off down the gutter. The rain had been heavy, and the flowing water rocked the paper boat, but the tin soldier stood firm. The gutter flowed into a drain. "Where am I going?" thought the tin soldier. A water rat appeared. "Show me your passport," it demanded. The soldier continued past, silent and still. "Stop him!" shouted the rat to a bit of wood in the stream, but the boat rushed on. The soldier heard a terrible roaring sound. Up ahead, the drain was pouring into a river. The paper boat whirled over the waterfall, filled to the very top, went soggy, and fell to pieces. The tin soldier stood bravely as the water rose. Then he sank, thinking of the beautiful dancer left behind on the toy table. Snap! He was swallowed by a huge fish. It was dark and narrow in the fish's belly. After a while, the fish stopped moving. Then a flash of light. It was daylight again. A voice cried out, "I don't believe it! It's the missing tin soldier!" The fish had been caught, bought, then cut open on a kitchen table, in the very same house the soldier had come from. The cook took the much-traveled soldier to the boy, who happily placed him back on the toy table. The soldier was so moved to see the dancer still balancing steadily, he nearly wept. Then it must have been the goblin's work. The boy, who was usually kind, picked up the tin soldier and threw him into the fire. The heat was terrible, though whether it was the flames or his love, the soldier could not tell. He looked at the dancer, and she looked back at him. He felt himself melting, but stood tall and steady. Suddenly, the door opened, and the draft blew the paper doll dancer up into the air. She fluttered right into the flames by the soldier's side. The next morning, when the maid was cleaning out the fire, she found only a lump of tin, but in the shape of a heart.